I am your host, Blair Nightingale. It's so good to be with you guys. I'm one of the coaches over here at Tradeway. We have a special presentation for you today that I know you're going to want to see. You're going to love this. I tell people all the time, I'm around the country on the weekends, people who are just getting involved in the stock market, have been involved in the stock market, who are thinking about getting involved in the stock market. And I will tell them, even in just a short time, over the last 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, what can be done by the individual trader at home because of the amazing resources we have online, dramatically different than it used to be even just a short time ago. And what we're going to show you today is a key example of that, right? Something you're going to want in your toolbox as a trader. It's actually really exciting. So I've got some friends with me here today from Tradier, which is Tradeway's preferred broker. Remember, you need a broker between you and Wall Street to actually go out and trade. Well, it's something that we can do. It's actually very simple. What's not so simple is who's really good? Who should I go with? Why should I go with them, right? So we have our friends and partners over at Tradier on with us live today to help you know some of the really cool and unique things that they do, why we like them. I've got some friends here. Chris Lepore is with us, Brandon Peak as well. How you guys doing? Glad to have you here.
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Happy to be here.
It's good to have you guys. And as I said, you know, they're going to take us through some things that are very unique in what they do. Okay. So it's really, really important. And then we've actually got something that's really, really special as well. We're our own Charts by Tradeway software. Okay. As traders, we're going to go out and we're going to use software to take advantage of specific opportunities, to just even find those opportunities, okay? Tools that help facilitate our trading. It's actually going to link and partner with what Tradier offers us. I'll show you that in our software during this broadcast just a little bit later. But before that, and before I hand it over to Chris and Brandon, you guys have a Q&A function right there in the chat, or excuse me, in the Zoom console. Okay, you've got your chat there. Some of you guys are lighting up that chat there. I can see. Yeah. All right. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the background here, just so you guys see it. Most of us have been on a Zoom by now, but if you haven't, right there in the chat. But there's a Q&A as well. We're going to take some time as we get a little further down the road to answer some questions. So if you have any questions now or any questions as we're going through this, please go ahead, pop them into the Q&A. We'll come back to those later. If you get them in now, you're going to be at the top of the list. So go ahead and do that. With that said, all right, I'm going to hand it on over to Brandon and Chris to take us through some of the things with Tradier. Guys, again, glad to have you here. Want to hand it over to you so you can show these people what it is you guys do that's so unique and special.
Thank you so much, Blair. So my name's Chris Lepore. I'm the Vice President of Operations here at Tradier. I'm going to be taking you through our little presentation today that we call, what to look for in a brokerage. It's kind of the code name for this presentation. And what we're going to talk about is, what differentiates one brokerage from another firm and why we believe for Tradeway, Tradier is the perfect solution, and we'll get into those reasons. I have Brandon Peak here with us today. Brandon is the head of customer support here at Tradier. So when we get a little bit into the customer service, you're going to see that it's Brandon's team who you can contact here with any questions or if you need any help at all. And Brandon's going to help me with the question and answer section at the end. So let's jump right into it. Just a little background on myself. I've been in the industry for about 18 years now. I've been at Tradier for a little over 10 years now. So almost from the start. Tradier is about 11 to 12 years old based on our founding. Just personally, I like to get involved with an organization in Armenia called Project Agape, which helps the folks there So that's kind of just some of the Christian work I do, just for my background. So, all right. So the first thing we like to talk about, and I already alluded to this, is, what to look for in a brokerage firm, the service. What kind of support are you going to get? We're talking about investing our money here. You want to know that if you need to speak to somebody because you have a question or an issue comes up, that you can reach somebody. What type of support should you expect? Well, phone, email, those are usually quick ways to get in touch. Hopefully email is not a black hole at the brokerage firm you're using. At Tradier, we know it's not. Brandon and his team are here to support you. We have that email address right there under Tradier Support Structure, service@tradierbrokerage.com. And we're here Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So while the market's open, we're here and ready to answer your questions. We get back to you quickly via email. But if you have something really pressing, phone is the way to go. And give us a call at that 980-272-3880 number, and you will speak with somebody here. Almost our entire staff is fully licensed with FINRA. If they're not, they're studying for their exams currently. So you're going to get a knowledgeable staff. Most of our staff has a very good amount of experience in the industry and can help you out with whatever questions you might have. So the second leg of this stool we like to talk about here is pricing. All right, this is very important to people. Gone are the days when you used to pay $30 to place a stock trade because you had to call up a brokerage somewhere. Now that we've moved online, prices have come down a lot. But if you do a decent amount of trading, every amount matters. And so at Tradier, we've tried to keep those prices as low as possible for you. So what types of fees do you need to consider? So, of course, you've got commissions. Those are going to be the number one thing. But the other things to keep in mind behind the scenes are regulatory fees. If you're trading options, assignment and exercise fees, inactivity fees, money movement fees. So again, at Tradier, we try to keep these to be as minimal as possible. Regulatory fees, we all got to pay them. That's going to be the same across the industry, but it's something to keep in mind when you place a trade. Assignment and exercise fees, if you do have an option that finishes in the money or gets randomly assigned before expiration, at Tradier, that fee is just $9. So that's regardless of how many contracts. If it's one contract or it's 50 contracts, it's just a flat $9 fee. Inactivity fees. Now, we do have an inactivity fee, but to avoid it, you only have to place 2 trades in an entire year. And you wouldn't run into that inactivity fee until an entire year has passed since you opened your account. Also, even if you haven't placed those 2 trades, we waive it for any account with $2,000 or more. So hopefully not something you're running into, and we like to keep that at a minimum. And then finally, money movement. ACH transfers are usually the easiest way for folks to move money. We do not charge for ACH transfers, so move it in and out, back and forth to your bank account, no charges there. If you want a check mailed, it's just $3. And if you need a wire transfer, it's $30. So we like to keep those fees to a minimum for you so that you can keep more of your own money. Now let's talk about commissions. A lot of firms right now, they have eliminated commissions on stock trades. And Tradier is absolutely in that same boat. So you will not pay for stock trades here at Tradier. But when it comes to options, most firms still charge some type of per contract rate. 65 cents seems to be, the standard, what a lot of the bigger firms are charging. We've decided to not only make that just 35 cents at Tradier, but also to offer you what you see here, the Pro Plan, which allows you to even get that 35 cents waived. It's just $10 per month. And you can trade as many equity options and stocks as you want in a month and not have to pay those commissions. There's one caveat. If you're trading index options like SPX, VIX, RUT, those option contracts are still 35 cents per contract for commission. All right. But if you're trading Apple options, if you're trading IBM, SPY, QQQ, those are all covered in the Pro plan. But to sweeten the deal, one more step for TRADEway customers, we give you the first 3 months for free. And that's the first 3 months from the time you fund the account. So if you open the account and then you don't put any money in, maybe you use our paper trading for 3-4 weeks, then you decide to fund the account, we will give you those 3 free months starting from the time you fund. So we want you to get in here, give this a try, use the great integration that I'm going to talk about on the next slide and Blair's going to show us, and try this out without you having to pay a lot of fees or commissions to do so. So finally, Blair alluded to this. We're going to use an application to place our trades in some form or fashion. So every customer gets access to our website, which we call Dash. You can look up option chains, get real-time quotes, look at your positions, manage it. But purposely, we have kept the amount of charting and advanced research to a minimum on that website. You also have access to our mobile app for Android and iOS, so that's free with every account. Again, you can do a lot of account management functions there, place trades, but not a lot of charting and technical capabilities there. We keep those out of those platforms because we have partners who offer such great tools and integrate so easily with us that we leave that up to the experts, so to speak. And that's where Charts by TRADEway comes in. Because we can use a technology called API, you can integrate your Tradier account right into Charts by TRADEway, which means you can be on there doing your research, using all their great charting capabilities. And when you're ready to place that trade, you can do it right through that platform without having to jump around from one place to the other. It's right built in. So with that, I will turn it over to Blair. Let him give us a little demonstration here, and then we'll open it up for Q&A.
Let's go ahead and pop this up. All right, so you're looking at the charts button now. I'll go to the home page for everybody out there. Say, Blair, it doesn't look like that when I log on. It's going to start right here. So here's what we do, guys. When you open your Tradier account, you now have a live trading account, right? And as Chris just showed us, okay, we can go into the Tradier side, right, where we just log into your Tradier account. But these tools that we use to actually make our buying and selling decisions, right? That's where this gets really supercharged because we can integrate one with the other. How do we do that? Well, I just want to show you quick, all right? For us shorter term traders, this is where we're going to spend most of our time. And I'm going to go ahead and just use the software. I'm a little OCD, guys. I like this like right in the middle of the screen. It's literally a thing. Like our students know this about me. All right. So we've got this nice pattern right in the middle of the screen, but now I've done my research. I'm looking at it. I want to do something on the chart, whatever stock it may be, right? I'm not specifically saying it would have to be this one. It could be anyone. Well, how does that work? Well, look in the bottom right, or excuse me, the bottom left-hand corner. Now, mine actually already says account on it because I've set this up. But you would come in and simply, you could click on the bottom here and this window is going to pop up. This is once you have access to your Charts by TRADEway. It's very easy to set this up. So you click that. I've got this plus symbol right here. I'm simply going to click that plus symbol and this box will pop up, okay? Right here, you can see brokerage. Well, this is what we've been talking about. So I can go ahead and I can click on that. And here's something I love, okay? I've seen virtual accounts even, guys, and I love that there's actually just a new update that's added this in here, okay? And this is something that is updated pretty regularly, by the way, guys. So it's awesome. But if you wanted to come in here and add your Tradier account, you simply go right down to Tradier, click that. Okay. And what's going to happen from here is it will prompt me then to log in to my Tradier brokerage account. Okay. So I would simply click that. I could continue. And then of course it's taking me over to the Tradier page to log in. Okay. I will close that for now. I canceled it. So now I'm going to close this out. I'm going to go back through. Same thing. Now, if I want to do a Tradier virtual as well on here as I'm practicing, right? You can integrate both. You'll want your real account, of course, but you'll have the ability to practice as well. And then I can set that up where I'd go ahead and do the same process. Okay. Now I've already got a couple of those set up here. And then you can see on the screen, I'm going to move my Zoom controls here. I would be able to, let's reset, come in here and boom, I pop up an order ticket right on the screen so that you can then begin to execute right from in the software. Okay. It's really that simple to do, right? Once we've opened our Tradier account, we come in here, click a couple of boxes, just like that. You've got them integrated one with the other. Okay. So pretty awesome to be able to do that. All right. I'm going to move over. And as Chris said, we're going to answer some of you guys' questions. I know I've got some stuff in the back here for Tradier. Now, some of this stuff I know you touched on a little bit, but this will be good for a just a review even. With Tradier, Brad's asking, is there a real-time quotes, right? As we're trading in there, is there real-time quotes? And if so, is there a cost associated with that?
Yeah, I do think we touched on that a little bit. But yes, the live trading is real time. So you will get real time quotes on both the stocks and the options you're trading. The only thing on our website that you will not find as real time is index quotes. Now, let me just be specific on that. If you want to know what the SPX index is trading for, that will be delayed. But if you are trading SPX options, those are real time. So just an important point to consider. And like we said in the presentation, option trades are 35 cents per contract. That's a set rate. I'm kind of alluding to another question I see in here. So it's 35 cents per contract. So if you trade one contract, your commission is going to be 35 cents. If you trade 10, it's going to be $3.50. Okay. Now, if you are going to trade, by doing that math, now let's see, 20 contracts would be $7, 30 contracts. Now I'm at $10.50. Boom. I should be getting the monthly subscription for $10 a month because now I'm already saving money. So if you want to think about where that break even is, it's right around that, 25 to 30 contracts per month.
That's awesome. And I'll tell you guys, being able to pay $10 a month for unlimited trades on options, right? Just a couple of things he said that aren't included in that. Everything else, right? It's amazing. It's amazing. So, and a lot of you guys out there, especially as you're getting trained, as you're getting more active, you easily could be doing more than that, where you have that tipping point and you have the flexibility to do either one. So that's awesome. Jeff is just commenting here in the back, recently opened a Tradier Pro account. That's what we were just talking about, the $10 a month. Have been very happy so far. Okay. So that's awesome. Awesome to hear. Thank you for throwing that in there. Yes. And transferring over was super easy. I love that. Okay. Ed is just throwing in a comment here. Has Tradier I think, Ed, I may be getting this wrong. You could follow up with me if I'm misinterpreting this. Potentially you're requesting or talking about extended hours. Chris, maybe you can comment on that a little bit. Extended hours trading.
Yep. So Tradier does offer a pre-market session from 7 a.m. to 9:28 a.m. Or actually, I think it's 9:25, excuse me, Eastern time. So basically 2.5 hours before the market opens. and then from 4 o'clock until 8 o'clock Eastern time after the market closes. Now, I'm pretty sure what Ed's asking about is being able to place an order that is good for all of those sessions. Right now, that's not available. You do have to place an order specifically in the pre-market, specifically during normal trading hours, and specifically for the post-market. So definitely appreciate the feedback there, Ed, and that is something that's being looked at and would potentially be added in the near future. So hopefully that is certainly something we'll get in 2024.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Ed's asking about a GTC order, a good till cancel order. Does it extend into that time frame is the heart of the question there for everybody. So that's good to know. Stephen, hey, he said, joined a few minutes late, but glad to have you on here. Just asking a question about training required for certain accounts. So as we begin to get into more complex options where maybe we're not just doing long calls and puts, but we're looking to get into spread trading and things like that, maybe speak to us a little bit, guys, on what that looks like. Do I need a specific amount of training, and how does that work currently with Tradier?
Certainly. So when you open your account with Tradier and apply for options trading, we are going to look at certain criteria. The three main components are your financial situation. So, you know, do you make at least a modest amount of money per year? Or do you have a modest amount of money in general, your net worth? Secondly is, what is your trading experience? And you know, we're not looking for decades of experience, but usually a couple of years. However, for Tradeway customers, we do have a policy in place because we know about the great education that they provide. So for anybody who takes the level 1 and level 2 courses, that can be counted as 1 year of stock trading experience. And if you do the level 3 and 4 classes, then that can be counted as 1 year of options trading experience. And with a full year of each of those, we can get you up to level 3 options trading in your account, which will allow you to do spreads, cash covered calls, long options, all right in there. So we've got a simple form for you to fill out that Tradeway just signs and says, yep, I know that, you know, Stephen completed his course and, you know, he's good to go, and we'll get that approved. The last piece of it is just your risk tolerance. You know, if you say your investment objective is income, you're probably only going to get approved for covered calls and cash secured puts. You do have to say at least growth or speculation in order to get approved for level 2, 3, or higher.
Yep. That's awesome, guys. So
Chris, if I may interrupt, I'd like to elaborate
please do.
on that.
Go for it.
So there is an opportunity on the website to apply for a higher level of options trading. If you're not approved for the level that you would request, such as level 3, you might get approved for level 1, depending on your experience. That does require that you complete a form request, an options upgrade request, where you can request an exception alluding to the Tradeway training that you've had. And we will take that into consideration when considering the option level. If you find yourself in that category where you may not have the actual trading experience yourself, but you do have the Tradeway training, just contact the service center by phone or email, and we can send out the form that's required for you to complete to request that exception.
Awesome. Love that. So this is just another example, guys, of how we're just integrating between the two, right? This is all stuff we want anyway, guys. We want to know, hey, how do I really do this, right? How do I walk through this? We can give you that confidence that you're going in and you're knowing how to do it. We're going to practice. We do all that kind of stuff in our program, but we get to partner with them to make sure that we got everything in the right spot as we're getting active here. So that's awesome. Let's see. Okay. Yuri is asking, hey, I opened an account, a personal account, but I've got an LLC that I'm looking to set up as well, and I want to have a trading account. Do you guys offer accounts like that for somebody like Yuri who's coming in?
Yes, we do open LLC, corporate, and partnership accounts. To get started on that process, just email service@tradierbrokerage.com and we'll get you all the details. one thing I like to point out is that those types of accounts are considered professional accounts by the exchanges, which means they charge for the real-time data we provide. So when you email us, we will spell all that out. How do you get signed up for that? It is required. How much it's going to cost you per month. I'll tell you, just so it's not like it's a secret. It's roughly $110 per month for that real-time market data. So email us, we'll get you all the details and you'll see it there, but please be aware of that market data.
All right, great. It's good to know. Gloria says, if I open an account, how long is there an amount of time that I need to fund by? Now, you did mention inactivity and some of the rules around that in a single year. And also, is there a minimum amount? Do we have an account minimum for opening or can we choose from there?
So there is no minimum to fund. We only require that you have cleared funds in the account to cover the cost or requirements of your trades. And there's not a minimum amount of time required to fund. So you could open an account, check out Dash, check out the integration with TRADEway and get all set up before ever having to fund. And we do that intentionally to allow clients the ability to peruse the site and check everything out and see if they have any questions. We understand folks may be a little hesitant to fund something they're not familiar with, so we want to be able to provide an opportunity for that familiarity. So the short answer to that question is no, but you will need to have cleared funds in the account to cover the cost of your trades.
Yeah, awesome. Simple as that, guys, right? That's great. A couple of questions here just about funding the account. So Ray's asking, I've got the account. How do I fund it? Brad, a little more particular maybe, is just saying, hey, I've currently got some money at a different broker, and I really want to move that over to Tradier. What would that look like for somebody who's just never done something like that before?
Sure, and I'll start with the account transfer process. That is done through what's a system called ACAT, A-C-A-T. We commonly refer to them as ACAT transfers. And that is where you fill out a request to essentially ask Tradier to, on your behalf, request the assets from another firm. You fill out our ACAT request form, provide a most recent statement from the firm that you're requesting that we transfer from, and then we process that. As an industry standard, it takes about 5 to 7 business days for an ACAT transfer to complete, and that is set up in such a way to allow both parties adequate time to respond to and process the request. So it's about 5 to 7 business days, and the firm that is receiving the assets does initiate that transfer on your behalf. So you would submit that request directly with Tradier. In addition to the account transfers through ACAT, we offer ACH funding. You set up a link to your bank account online. You may also mail us a check or have a check mailed to us if you have a financial services provider that can do that for you. And you may also wire funds into the account from your bank. For more information about all of these transfer methods are available on the website under the fund section. It's in the top left corner of the Dash platform. So you can just go and look under the deposit funds section and have any questions that you might have answered. If you still have remaining questions after that, please don't hesitate to contact us and we'll be happy to answer them for you.
That's great. Perfect. All right, we're getting down to it here. Let's see. So Don was asking, if I use obviously my Charts by Tradeway account, I've got access to the paper account. Is there paper also built into the Tradier side of things? If I go and I just log in directly to my Tradier account, do I get access to that as well?
Yes, every Tradier account comes with a linked paper trading account. So if you wanted to use it on our website, you could. But it sounds like in Dawn's specific case, she's where she needs to be. You don't need to go use that. It is built right into the Charts by Tradeway. So once you've opened your Tradier account, you've got the paper trading right through Charts by Tradeway. Blair showed us that a little bit earlier. So nothing extra to do, no steps you're missing. You've got it.
Yep. Dawn is one. Dawn is active in our program. So Dawn, I saw your question over there on the community as well. So appreciate you being on here. You're in the right spot. Thank you, Brad. Brad's very active with us as well. We've got something to say. I've got one more here I want to get to for Kevin. But first, you'll notice, everybody, in your chat, Chris put in a link. So we've got a special link for you guys for being right here on this webinar, okay? Not only are we seeing an easy platform, an integration, low fees, especially as you get more active. How can you beat this? Unlimited, $10 a month. It's amazing. So Chris, give us a little idea. What did we just pop in the chat there? I want everybody to go ahead and click and open up this link. Take a look at this because this is pretty awesome. But specifically, Chris, I know there's something in there that's special for everybody that's with us today. And then I'm going to jump on to your question here, Kevin.
Yeah, so make sure you use that link to open up the account. Not only does it, make it known to us that you came through TRADEway in this webinar, but it also gets you those 3 free months. So, somebody asked, is there a promo code? No need for a promo code. You use that link and it tells us everything we need. So make sure that you use that. We also, you'll see on there, will reimburse you for any ACAT fee that another firm might charge. So you leave Schwab and they charge you $75 to go out the door. Just let us know afterwards. We got a little form you fill out and we'll get you that $75 back too. So 2 bonuses.
Awesome. That's great. Love it. Okay, Kevin, last one here. I'm trying to decide which type of account to open. Okay. Are there any trading restrictions with my Roth IRA? Looking to open a Roth IRA account, so not experienced in that. Can I use any strategy with options, stock? Obviously, we're looking at some complex options as well within the Roth IRA.
Yeah, the short answer to that question is no. You can't trade everything. FINRA, and just due to the nature of IRA accounts being for the purpose of long-term investing, it's usually considered to be a lower risk type of an account. They limit margin as well as naked options trading in IRA accounts. So the highest level of approval in an IRA account is going to be level 3, but level 3 is sufficient for trading spreads, long puts, calls, and other multi-leg option strategies. So the most option strategies are available with level 3. It's just those limited on the naked options selling.
Awesome. Good to know. Man, you guys are just throwing them in here. This is great. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm new. I'm not ready to fund the account yet. Rich is brand new. I'm not ready to fund the account. If I sign up now, will this start my free time? Should I wait and not lose the benefit? I'll let you guys throw your thoughts in there. And then I've got one thing I want to add for you as well, Rich, because I meet people all the time and this is where they're at. Hey, I'm brand new. I haven't really done this yet. What does this look like for me to start? So I'll let you guys speak to that for a second. And then I want to say something to you, Rich, which I know will probably speak to some other people on here as well. They're brand new.
Yeah, sure. So the answer is no, you don't have to wait. Your free time through the promotion will start when you fund the account. So that will provide you the time to get a little more comfortable with it if that's what you'd like to do. But also, I would like to highlight, we're here to help. We have some experienced professionals working for us on both our trade desk and our customer service desk, a lot of licensure and experience in the industry. And that's precisely what we hope to do, is assist you and answer any questions that you may have and discuss the things that you might be comfortable or not comfortable with and the best options available for you, given that information that you provide us. So if you have anything that you see, sometimes there's some clients out there that just will bang their head against the wall trying to figure something out. Don't do that. Call us. We're happy to help. And a lot of times we can find you a quicker answer and save you the trouble of trying to find it yourself. So that's what we're here for. Reach out to us and we're happy to answer any questions you might have.
Awesome. Yeah, Rich, I would just say, that's part of what we are all about here in this community, certainly in this partnership. is just helping you feel like you're moving towards that place of confidence, you know, and specifically, as Brandon said, there's plenty of help that we can offer to you there. And that's really the thing, you know, I tell people, you know, all the time, we won't necessarily be in a completely new place tomorrow, but you're here because you're looking to move somewhere in your life, and we can head in a new direction today. And we can start. We've even looked at how we can integrate these two and open our account, have it ready. As Brandon said, this is something that we can begin to use when we're ready to do so with live money, but we can also begin to practice. I call it riding the bike on the grass. I say that all the time. Okay, we're going to go in, we're going to be able to learn, practice some of this. And that's moving us forward into the place where we feel confident enough to really fund that and begin to go from there. We just want to make sure that we're moving forward. Okay. With that said, I think we're clear on the board here. Appreciate you guys being on. Chris, Brandon, any final thoughts you want to throw out there for the guys who are with us on the webinar today?
We did get a quick question from Tim V, and just like Brandon said, you know, reach out to us, Tim, about that. If we see you haven't placed any trades in the account, we'll be happy to extend that 3 months for you. So just hit us up and we'll
great
exception.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back again, but I appreciate you guys being on. Tradier, head on over, click the link. It's in the chat. Get that set up, and happy trading to everybody. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.